Hello everybody, Dave from eeriearachnids. We did have a death in the collection. This is the male Pamphobedia CF Pedersi. Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember which day he passed. I know the night before we had, or the day before, we had some crazy rain and we had a little bit of thunder. Nothing major because I didn't notice anything out of my other teas. None of the other tarantulas acted odd or suspicious. This one was going crazy. Running around his enclosure. Of course, he would run until he expelled all his energy, and then he would relax. I tried feeding him, made sure that he had half his enclosure was damp with substrate. After I did that, he wouldn't even go to that side anymore. He wouldn't go to the damp side. He was staying on the dry side and just going back and forth on the one end. So there was something going on with him that was off. Again, I have no idea what that could be, but he did pass, so I'm 0 for 2 with these guys. The female passed about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. That might even be longer. I don't know. Time goes by so fast anymore. But she molted, and then a couple days later, she passed away. So, you know, there's something wrong with the molt internally that probably, you know, killed her. This one, I don't know. I really don't know. So, we will move on to some other updates. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what's going on. We'll just hit it. Okay, so this one's going to just be a little off. I'm trying to hold the camera as still as I can. This is Chaos, the OBT. I'm almost 100% positive female because I did ventrally take a look at her, and she was the same exact looking ventrally as Bantu, what was the other confirmed female. I really can't check anything because you see her den there. She's got a section that L's back, and that's where her molt is. I have no way to get to it. I didn't want to disturb her because she was, well, actually I tried, to be honest with you. I tried to get it out, but she came to this side instead of going back farther. She came to this side, and she was throwing up threat postures. And when I looked at her, her fangs were still red, so I just stopped. I just let her be. You know, if she wants to pull the molt out, she'll pull the molt out. If she doesn't, then it's going to be stuck in there, and we're just going to have to get it out another time. By the time we get it, it'll be dry and crispy. Probably not be able to sex the molt. I'm hoping that we can, but odds are we won't be able to. Just because she is a come up, grab my food, and go right back down kind of spider. There's no way I can distract her with food there and then try to get that molt out. So she's going to have to bring it to me, or it's staying in there. Okay, so let's update some more stuff. Okay, guys, here is the next update. This is the Chilobrachys fimbriatus. I will pan back out to show you the enclosure change that we did. I like these Texas steer skulls. They're one of my favorite decorations to use, depending on what the tarantula is. And this is a perfect, it just kind of gave a perfect area for the Chilobrachys fimbriatus to burrow, and it's right behind, you know, so kind of use you can see the horn here as the exit. There's a cricket right there trying to feed Priest. That's the name of this. I named it after Boxing Boa's son, his A1 cameraman. Now I just watched his tarantula tag video, so now we need to name one of our tarantulas India, and I think I have the perfect one for that. So anyway, let's pan back out, and you'll be able to see the enclosure. Again, this is a 1/24 scale die-cast enclosure. This is the larger of the two, so this is like the 8 3/4 versus the 7 1/2 or whatever it is. Little bit, just a tad bit wider, tad bit longer. She's going to be good in here for quite a long time. Probably good till about 3.5 inches. I'm going to try and scale my enclosures down a little bit, not give them huge amounts of space, but enough that they'll be able to molt a few times in the enclosure that they're in. And be okay. Yeah, so I have a hard time remembering what I'm trying to say here, but so yeah, we started out. This is the Burpees Cocoa Core, straight. That's all I used. I didn't put any vermiculite in this one. The first layer that I put down there, I tamped down real good, dampened it a little bit, and then I put another layer down, tamped it down a little bit, and then I put a top layer down that was a little bit looser. We put the skull in, and then we put the antler in, which was a part of Priest's old enclosure, so I wanted to give it something that I was familiar with. And of course these leaves were scattered in that enclosure as well, I believe. I think maybe, I can't remember. Oh, maybe not. No, because this was actually the enclosure that the Pamphobeteus male was in. So I think the dried leaves were, he pushed them all to one corner. I think I grabbed those and used them in here. But so yeah, that's that one. And we have another transfer that I did. We'll get that guy down if he decides he wants to stay in the enclosure, because the last time I opened him up, he came right out. I didn't fly out, but he came out. I got him on my hand, and he didn't like that at all. He actually turned around, so I just kind of put my hand down, let him crawl right back into his enclosure. But he's kind of quick. I don't super trust him. He's very sketchy with his moves. Very, very fast and calculated. It's like I said, the 90-degree moves that he makes are just, you know, one second he's facing this way, and the next second he's facing a completely different way. So, okay, let's put Priest away, and we'll get down the Homoioma species blue male. Alrighty, so here is the Homoioma species blue. Don't you dare! I'm not doing this again with you. He's a male. We stay in. Stay in. Nope, stay in. See, he's starting to get very inquisitive. Usually you can, you know, a little bit better of a shot of him, but maybe we'll use that as a thumbnail, huh? But he has already crawled out once, like I said. He wasn't particularly fond of my hand, that's for sure. You know, my hands are seriously warm sometimes. I mean, you know, your body temperature, but when you can feel your hands being warm or another part of your body being warm, you know they're a little bit warmer than normal. And he was not thrilled at all. I just turned my hand. He turned right back around and he went right back into his enclosure. But so basically, that was in his enclosure. That was not, and of course that was not. I gave him a hide, but he has not gone in there at all. So he likes to crawl up on stuff, to be honest with you. He likes to be on top of that coconut hide, or he likes to be up there, or he likes to try and crawl out. But yeah, he's a very, very aggressive eater. He will definitely be in the next feeding video. We may even kick it off with him. So I generally keep him dry. I overfill the water dish every other filling, so you can see the water dish is getting empty, so we'll fill it up and we'll dampen that side a little bit. But he tends to not go there. He tends to stay away from the side. He is a water drinker for sure, but yeah, he's not really fond of damper substrate. Okay, so now we're gonna go back and we're gonna update the 5 new additions that came in, and we'll end it there, and then we'll get kicking into that filming of the feeding video. Okay, so first up out of the new additions is the Ceratojar sanderi, and you can see exactly what this did. Did not dig an inch, but it did pull all the leaves to one side of the enclosure, webbed them all up together, webbed to the lid, of course, so I had to kind of, this is that part right here. When I took the lid off, I kind of just pulled it this way and got it to attach there. I don't think you can see him. I can see him, but you probably can't. He's back here. He was sitting right there. So we're going to include him in the feeding video, him or her. And I don't know, I still didn't look up the common name for this one, so I don't know. Okay, so that's one of the 5. Let's get to the next one. Okay, you can see the faint feet there. This was I'm just absolutely thrilled with this tarantula, to be honest. I mean, really, I still am really kind of stoked about this. This is the Chelobrachy species electric blue, and again, when I said earlier that we named the Fimbriatus Priest, so we're going to name that little bugger right there. He did eat, or she did eat. I fed her, and she waited for the cricket to get right to the enclosure or the burrow entrance, and then she pulled it down. But you can see she's kind of webbing up her area now to block off the hole so she can eat in peace. This, again, we're going to name India. So this one will be after Jay's daughter. I'll make sure I send Jay a note so he knows that to make sure that India watches. Yeah, so that's 2 so far. These are the 2 that are in the Matchbox enclosures. They were the 2 smallest. of the 5 that came in. We'll be feeding, like I said, the Sanderi in the African feeding video. We're going to do a complete African species feeding video. I think I did one before, but we're going to try and do another one. The last one wasn't very successful, so not quite sure how this one will go. And we'll definitely be able to get the Jars Darlini in the feeding video. Harpactira pulchripes will definitely eat. Probably the Tarantula species of Russia. Maybe the Augustophilices and Dami. We'll probably get some good ones in there, but we're probably going to be a lot of them that we're not going to see. There's little feet. Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking, but whatever you're thinking, stop thinking it, because you are not going to climb over the side of that plastic. I'm just warning you right now. There's none of the blues yet, of course, and the blues are actually only in the front part legs, and they're on the inside, or the medial part of the legs, so the inside parts where you'll get that blue reflective when you have certain lights on it. That's about as far as I want you to go. So, very, very quick and fast. Okay, guys, here is the Megaphoboma mesomysalis, or the enclosure for the Megaphoboma mesomysalis. This one is a digger. You could see what it did to water dish. It's filled it, and I will spin you around and show you what it's done back here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Let me get the... What do I do with that light? Here it is. You could see the den that it's made, and there's the spider right there. That hair flicking was actually from the transfer in. It did flick a little bit of hairs on me, but so it went underneath the cork bark like we wanted it to, and it dug out that den, so it's at home and peaceful. Let's move to the next. Okay, so the next update is the Cercopalma species bouquet, and this one's been out quite a bit. It does go down inside its burrows. You can see it widened it out a little bit. Actually, this one has moved no dirt to the water dish, which I'm very thankful for, but it's been out quite a bit, and you'll see this one in both the feeding video and the Panamanian country tour video. Okay, so next on the update is this beautiful little Phidippus audax. This one is a machine. It is constantly moving, it is webbing up the top like crazy. I believe it to be a female. At first I thought it was a male, but I'm pretty sure now it's a female. I've got a pretty good look at the face of this one, and you know what I've learned before from them with things that look like horns and little tufts of hair on the side of them and some other things. I believe it to be female, but I am nowhere near an expert on jumping spiders at all. Period. I mean, I don't consider myself an expert in tarantulas either. I do know my way around them, but jumping spiders, I've just not kept a ton of them, so I didn't research a lot of it. These guys are they're endemic from this area. They're all over the place. If they're in the house, I have to rescue them, or else someone's going to smush them. So I have to do it. It's been doing well in here. It's eaten twice. We'll try and do a filming of it. The problem is it likes to be up high. It likes to be up here. So what I'm thinking about doing is finding like a branch that's got some twigs that only goes up to this height, or a little bit into this area where it's not touching the side, to give it something else to crawl on, and then I can take this lid off and it has something to stay on, because once I take this lid off, it just crawls around to the other side, and then I gotta fight it, chase it. I chased it 3 times. It jumped out and run around my table and got it back in, and they can jump pretty far, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, so that's this one, and then the other one is in here still. Not still, because it's back in here. Let's put it that way. It's back in here. And the reason that it's back in here is because I tried something because I didn't know. Well, I was pretty sure I knew, but you have to try it once just to see. And I didn't want anybody to die, but I did put this one in with this one to see if they would hang out communally. And the answer to that is no. A resounding no. There was absolutely no way these 2 spiders were living in the same enclosure. It just wasn't going to happen. They crawled around. This one crawled up on top around the webbing. This one got pissed off. The one that's already in there got pissed off. They chased each other around a few times. They stood in front of each other, feet up, threat posturing each other. They kind of wrestled once or twice, and then I took the other one out, which was a feat, trust me, because one jumped out one way and the other one jumped out the other way. So try to wrangle 2 jumping spiders at the same time was not much fun. I kept them on the table, and this one here, the one that's in this, actually jumped onto my cork bark back here and just stayed. So I was like, okay, we'll get the other one, because the other one's running around the table. Got that one back in this one, got that one back in that one. Actually, I just kind of picked this up and it jumped back into its enclosure. So yeah, so that's kind of where that is. We'll do one more update and then we'll end the video. Okay guys, the last update that we have for this video is going to be the Ceratojaurus meridionalis. Again, this is Zimbabwe gray baboon, at least that's the common name that came up. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you really. When we first put it went in that plant right there. Abdomen sticking out like we couldn't see it. Now it's made its home underneath that burrow. You could see its legs in the back over here. See them right there? It likes to hang out right there on the side of the enclosure. And when it gets startled, it just backs up. It doesn't turn around and go in there. It backs up, which is kind of odd, but that's what it does. I have a funny feeling that this one's going to give me problems with that opening over there. So, you know, we may have to block that off when we do feeding videos with a piece of playing card. You know, you can cut it and then slide it down in there like you know, and block it off so that he can't come out or she can't come out that way. But we'll find out when we do the feeding video, and we'll go from there. So again, we'll just want to say thanks to everybody that subscribed. Thanks to everybody that's commented. I'd love to get more interaction with the, you know, with the site. You know, more people commenting and asking questions, or you know, just in general. I mean, I get good comments, but it's, you know, it's the same people over and over and over again. And I'd like to see when I get new names. Not that I don't like the people that are faithful that continually and always are commenting, but it's always nice to see new names, or someone says, hey, you know, I just found your channel, you're doing a great job, stuff like that. It's kind of nice to hear that stuff. But anyway, links down below to PayPal me account again. Just real quickly, I'm not begging for money by no means, but now I have that in my head because that person said it. But it's there if anybody wants to help. Again, the money's going strictly for a GoPro 5 and probably lighting, either lighting for filming with this camera or the video camera, or with the GoPro 5. I believe that there's a light that goes with the GoPro. I'm not 100% positive on that, but that would be nice to have. And I think that I would probably do my filming on that and get away from filming on the phone, and then use my laptop a little bit more. It'll force me to use my laptop a little bit more, which will force me to learn, which when you're not forced to learn, you don't do it sometimes, you know. Also, the Eerie Arachnids Facebook page link will be down below. The my Instagram page will be linked down below, and I'm going to also give you my email address, because that's what people ask me if they could send me some pictures, or you know, a letter or whatever, you know. And you know, if you email me, I will give you my address, and then you can send that stuff to me. I did have somebody ask if they could send me something live, and I said, you know, it has to be non-venomous that comes through there, and I kind of need to know when people are going to send me something, or at least, you know, an idea, because I need to know if I can properly take care of whatever it is you're sending me, and it needs to be arachnid related. I don't want any more reptiles or anything like that. As much as I'd love to, you know, I'd love to have my whole entire room filled with snakes and lizards and frogs and, you know, spiders and praying mantises and stuff like that. I can't, because I'm married, and it's a shared bedroom, kind of, I guess. I mean, my wife can't sleep in here because she can't lay down horizontally. She's got to be kind of upright, so she sleeps in the couch, which is more comfortable for her. She can actually sleep that way. But yeah, so all that stuff will be down below. Again, go check out Palp Friction. They're having their 20% off sale for a couple days. Please go check that out. Spring cleaning sale. They have the link right there in there. You go to their site, and it'll be right there, the spring cleaning and all the animals that are involved with that. And again, go check out Tarantula Cat's 1K feeding video. She's ready to pass me in subs already. She just started this year. I started last year. So the YouTube Tarantula community has exploded, to be honest with you. And I've noticed since the beginning of this year, and even maybe the last couple months of last year, there's been an influx of new people that are doing it. And I've really seen an increase since we started the YouTube tarantula community. Exotic Slayer and myself and somebody else had started it that's no longer in there. But when we started that and we started bringing people in, the the views and the subs for most channels have drastically gone up over the course of, the last 6 months or so. And I don't think the group has been around for 6 months yet, but we have seen it grown. And the tag video did wonders for a lot of people. It really, really helped Kat to grow her channel. She got a lot of views and a lot of traffic to her channel because of the tarantula tag, because that's where the playlist was. Go check out Boxing Boa. He did his tarantula tag too. Again, that started here, so I have a playlist here for tarantula tag 2. And right now there's 4 videos in there. We have Exotic Slayer coming up and Carolina's tarantulas coming up soon. So look forward to those. And hopefully that'll start taking off a little bit and we'll start getting that ping pong ball back and forth across the Atlantic. Right now both of the ping pong balls are over on that side of the world. So yeah, so don't forget to hit that bell up top if you want to get notifications when new videos coming out. And like the videos if you like them. Again, I don't really know how much that really does. It just shows traffic to the video, I suppose, or to the channel. I mean, anything helps, I guess. So if you do like the video, go ahead and click that like button. And a lot of people say it just takes a second to do it, but honestly, I don't do it a lot, and I probably should. I know Dave Scott was religious with that. When he would watch a video, he would always like the video, and his liked video list is probably in the thousands. But again, I do a lot of my watching on my TV, so I have no way to hit like button. I have to go back on my phone, look up the video, start the video, pause the video, and then hit the like button. So a lot of people are probably getting like 2 views from me, I guess. I don't know, because I'll watch it on TV and then I'll open it back up on my phone. But yeah. So that's where we're at. Again, we have tons and tons of feeding to do, which I was going to do today, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. But we're going to try. I get this video uploaded now so I can get it back off my phone. That's the problem with the phone, is I have over 500 some pictures on here that I need to go through. I need to get the pictures set up to print out for Christina and to get those mailed out next week. And I'm going to dump all my pictures off my phone and put them all onto my computer, and then start fresh with. I'm gonna take all my music off here and just put some of the music back on that I like to listen to more, now and then, which I don't do very often. But I have the Google Play account, where it's like $9 a month, and I can just whatever music I want, I can just download it and then have a playlist through Google Play or Music Play, whatever that is, and so I don't have to. I'm not buying anything, but because there was a lot of good stuff that came out. Five Finger Death Punch came out, Godsmack came out, Breaking Benjamin came out. I don't know what else. Those are the 3 big ones that I was looking forward to. And Disturbed's gonna be coming out, something new. So is Queensryche. So there's a handful of stuff that I was looking forward to this year, to listening to. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. And I'll look forward to the next video when it gets uploaded. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.